Nick Hilton's outside London Standing West Ham Fan TV. Fast everyone, what do you make of today? We ready?
Do you know what? I think it's a really powerful lesson on today. First 30 minutes, 35 minutes, we were so off it.
We was at friendly level, weren't we?
We were, because we didn't turn up. They did. And you see what a cohesive unit that wants to play football can and will do, even within their limitations. Took the leads, and then we just showed our quality. And our quality got us through that stage. You know, that's...
Tatty's going to be class in this league, isn't he? Let's be honest.
On that
Put
performance,
put that ball in the box, he's going to score.
Once he's got himself familiar with the offside, and he knows where the offside. He was offside so many times in the first 30 minutes. But it's really hard to draw too many negatives. If you take that first 30 minutes aside, the young players were superb. You know, I've championed Lewis Ortwood a lot, to be fair, and I thought he was brilliant at both ends of the pitch.
I thought they were a bit naive, but they're learning.
They're going to learn. This is why you need it. But I still thought him, Scholes, and Kante, if he was going to go over the Drayson 90. Were brilliant. I think Bowen and Tatty kicked in 35 minutes for once we were 1-0 down. They were like, oh, okay, now we got to play.
Is Pablo ever going to kick in? No.
Do you know what? If your heart didn't sink when you hit the post in the 90th minute, if you didn't feel that anguish and that pain,
I did.
You know, like you can't be West Ham. Like that's just. He's worked so hard, right? And I know people will use that as a little bit of a, you know, it's no excuse if he's not. And I get it. He takes a touch too many, but that touch too many set up Bowen's goal. You know, so. You've got to give him a little bit of credit for that. But at some point, it is going to click for him. And when it clicks, he's going to reach cult hero status.
Yeah.
You know, he's going to go to that level, I think, where fans do love him. And I think the people that are disrespecting and hating him now are going to have a lot of humble pie to eat. Once don't get me wrong, I'm not saying right now,
listen,
but when you work as hard as he works, you're going to find the answers.
I said this last year. What he ain't blessed with his skill, he's blessed with his determination. And last year, the difference between when him and Paquetá were playing was chalk and cheese.
Yes.
Because one wanted to play and one fucking didn't.
Yeah, exactly. And there you have it. Paquetá had all the ability that Pablo doesn't, but he didn't have the application, he didn't have the work rate, didn't have the heart, didn't have the desire. Pablo doesn't have Paquetá's natural ability, but he's got everything else to make up for it. And you can always forgive that, because the guy, attitude always trumps ability. You know, the guy that's going to work, he's always going to beat the guy that doesn't want to work, no matter how good he is. So hopefully it's going to come off. If that had gone in today, maybe that would have been the confidence and the spark he needs. You know, as Scotty said the other day, strikers rely on confidence. Once that one goes in,
no, I agree.
It's going to be a different ball game.
Let me ask you a question.
Go ahead.
What West Ham's going to be the one we're watching most of this season? The one in the first half or the one in the second half?
I think if we don't get some new signings on board, I think it'll be the one in the first half. I think you see it today, that squad looks so unbalanced. That first 11 with no left winger. And Kante, to be fair, I mean, that was a superb touch. You know, that first goal came from a great, 40-yard ball from Morford, a lovely laugh from Scholes, and a great turn from Kante, and Tatty turns it in. But you needed that width, and hopefully Juve will give it to us. I don't know what's going on with Juve. I don't know why he's starting on the bench.
Yeah. Probably like the others looking for a fucking move somewhere.
Exactly. And that's it, though. You know, people will turn the screw on Pablo, and I've seen people turn the screw on Scholes and that, but they're out and they're working, they're doing everything they can.
Yeah.
But, you know, I don't see anyone. I haven't seen one mention of Fulkrug's name pre-season, many fans. Going, well, where's he? Yeah.
Who's the other one? Tadebo.
I mean, like, Alvarez has just turned up, and don't get me wrong, he played well today, right? But where's he been all this time? He's, you know.
I think they've all just come back from the World Cup, though, haven't they? That's the issue. Whether he's going to stay or not, whether he just ain't had a move materialise yet, I don't know. But it was good to see him back. At least he's willing to play a game.
Yeah, exactly. I give him that. I mean, he could have. I'm pretty sure he would have been available for Rangers. Certainly would have been available last week. So, but yeah, let's take the positives from it. He showed, he's got a role to play. I think he should be a good player at this level. I think we've just got to put the players in. We've just got to find. We've got to stop trying to put square pegs in round holes. Just get some round pegs in round holes. Just get that left winger. Let's get a little bit of creativity, and let's prioritise those two signings before next week. And you know, if we can get, I'll argue for a striker all summer, but I still think we need someone, because if Tatty is a breakdown, you want someone who can step up, and score goals. Unless Pablo spins it round in the meantime. But
hey, and if get a shirt E13.
E13 events, yes. E13 events, Twitter and Instagram. I'm sure he'll sort you right out. These are great.
These are.
These are really
right.
Comfortable.
It's time to go home.
Time to go home, man.
Cheers, mate. Thank you.
Cheers, man.
Cheers.